Welcome to Paige's Lessons. It has been a few weeks since I last posted, and I wanted to fill you guys in with my process. So, I don't know if this episode's going to be focused more on my excuses or more on just the raw truth of life circumstances, to which is preventing me from moving forward with this whole TED Talk. I've been kind of tossing and turning about even this podcast, to be honest, because again, I'm being so vulnerable. It's not like me to post something globally while I'm in the unknown. Now, when I was traveling abroad, if you want to listen to that, I think that's season 5, where I go visit 14 countries, and I didn't have a plan then. So I guess, what I'm trying to say is I usually post a podcast season when it's very planned out. I have already, a list of guests. I have a vision of, how this podcast is gonna go. I have the takeaway lessons already written out. Sometimes the takeaway lesson is while I'm talking in real time. But for this podcast, it's not like, oh, I already did a TED Talk. Now let me back up and show you how it's done. This isn't a post TED Talk. This is a in the making. And I guess in the making, it's so raw. And my recovering perfectionism is just really screaming at me. So when I say I've been tossing and turning, even just about this podcast, I just want to be so authentic with you guys. And I want to just be real with myself that it's okay that I am not weekly posting these episodes. Because I think I even mentioned last episode, this whole season may just be a year. It might be that long because I don't know when I'm going to actually land a TED Talk. So it's very disheartening because I want that instant gratification. I want that eliteness of oh yeah, I already have my TED Talk figured out. I already have all of the things. Here's just an easy whatever message. But no, it's not. It's not that easy. Last episode, I said that I wanted to keep reading my book, which is published by Chris Anderson, that is the head of TED. And it's just a TED Talks, the official TED Guide to Public Speaking book. And I'm not very far along. I'm like a third in. And my goal was to finish the book and then pursue further of applying for my TED Talk. Now, since I published my last episode, I have edited my script. I have created even more versions. I've had my boyfriend take a look at it, and we kind of cut through it, and it was just nice for him to see my sections and see okay, so what? And then what? What's the purpose of even saying it? Kind of like creating a hook for every single thing, like having it tie back to the original theory, the original idea. That felt really good to have just an outside view. So I have made a few versions. So that's progress. Nice job, Paige. Patting myself on the back here. But in terms of the book, in general, okay, I am not a reader. And that's something really, I feel a lot of shame around saying I don't read. Just girls who read are so intelligent, girls who enjoy reading. I just have never been that person. It actually takes me very, very long to read a book, and it's very, very hard for me to be focused. And I do not have ADD or ADHD. I do not identify with any of that. For me to not be captured and stick and commit to reading a book, this isn't new news. And you know what? I might have a learning disability. I might have something where I haven't been tested, but it takes me very long to read a sentence. It's like I read the same paragraph over and over and over, and still I'm like, wait, what did I read? And that could be with anything. And so if I find a book that I really like and I'm really interested. I really like memoirs. I really like self-help books. I like anything psychology. Like those are kind of my go-to if I am going to read and like finish a book. Those are the ones that have the most success because I guess it's the storytelling. Kind of like watching a movie. I also like have a interesting relationship with television. Have to be really captivated to grab my attention enough to finish. So, I'm saying all of this with context of it's hard for me to read a book, period. Now, I still think the way that Chris Anderson wrote this book is so digestible. It's not like this complex philosophical or even scientific heavy Bible. It's just a very great paperback, easy to read. But it's something I struggle with in general is just reading a book. Maybe could create some kind of like chapter goals for myself, like by the end of next week, I'll finish one chapter. That way it gives me enough time to go at my own pace. So maybe I'll create something like that just to like finish this book because I think this book is really going to help me with my whole TED Talk journey. So that's the book. That's where I'm at. I just want to be accountable to my process of what's going on, but that is still a very important component of even applying. So let's talk about applying to the TED Talk. Life has been an interesting journey this whole summer. I want to be kind of private here. I don't want to expose my dirty laundry that much. But I will say the pillars of my life, which are just the different categories, right? You have your career, your relationships, money, spirituality, family, health, wellness, all that. And you can go to season 2 if you still don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's where we explore the pillars of your life. Anyway, just as a life coach, my life's work is to help clients find fulfillment in their life, help them find clarity in their dreams, and create small action goals to get there. And that's what I'm doing with my life. And so this part is both the career and just professional development, like self-improvement. Like this TED Talk is something that I really want to pursue for my own really life goals. And if it becomes a career, amazing. So I think just this summer, I've noticed how all of my pillars are kind of crumbling, to say softly. I guess they're just really becoming challenged. Like my career right now, the job that I have that I work remote, this is separate than my coaching, but what I do full time is I am a resume writer and I speak with candidates all over the US and I help them improve their resumes and I meet with them to improve their LinkedIn profile as well. And I work for this really amazing company. And it's what's happening is there's going to be a change this fall to the delivery of my work. And when I heard that, that made me really scared because I've been in this routine for about 5 years now. I've had this job. I've known the outcome. I know my hours. I know my flexibility. I can do resumes with my eyes closed. Like it just means changes in the air for my career. So that has been kind of a halt with this TED Talk because I've been trying to assess really survival, trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to make ends meet? What are my hours? How much time and energy am I going to be really putting into this TED Talk? So there's that. There's the whole career pillar. And then my environment this summer has been just a huge bummer, to be honest, because I've experienced already 2 evacuations. One was for California fires, and another one was for a tsunami. And that has made me rethink pretty much everything. I've lived in California since July 2022. And then I went to Europe and then I came back. So it's like, if you want to just average around 3 years here in Laguna Beach, California, I absolutely love it. But California has now been I've had enough time to really collect my thoughts about this place, this environment, Southern California, Orange County specifically. And I've just been thinking about, can I really live here? What is full-time sustainability living in California look like? So that's been a big process also that has interrupted my growth of this TED Talk is my career and my environment. And those are very heavy things. And let's just add on another pillar, my health, my mental health, my physical health. I will say I did just hire a personal trainer and I'm so excited. It's already been a week and I already just feel physically and mentally a lot clearer. I feel a lot more energy. I've worked with her last year and shout out to Val. She is incredible. So like I took that step for my physical fitness journey, and I promise this is all related because my TED Talk is centered around bucket lists. My TED Talk is centered around doing shit scared and going for it and going after it, even though you don't know, but like being very thoughtful and having a very meticulous plan so that it's not something you just put off. So I'm practicing what I preach within my actual TED Talk, but I also have to give myself grace that this isn't going to happen overnight. So I take accountability that I did not apply to any TED Talks yet. I still see emails like from this newsletter of like, hey, here's some places that are applying right now. And email, I just like left it unread for like weeks. You know, when you like have kind of this dreaded email that you need to reply or you need to take some kind of action. So you just keep it on the inbox, like, you just keep it unread forever and ever and ever, but it's then just, like, lingering. Because 'cause I'm the kind of person that clears out my whole inbox. Some of y'all have, like, 8,000 unread messages. I don't understand, but that's okay. Neither here nor there. But for me, I love to zero out, like, my text messages, my notifications, everything's 0, so when I have just, like, one unread message, but I know what it is, it's just been like a pebble in my shoe. It's just been pestering me of like, "Oh, I gotta get to that TED Talk. Oh, I gotta get to that thing." Like, it just has felt yucky, this whole TED Talk. Like, I'm feeling dread right now. And I don't want that to be the reason I don't take any action. So instead, I am deciding to just shift up my strategy. There's a quote that says, if the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goal. And that's really where I'm at right now is I had a plan of, okay, I'm going to finish this book and I'm going to just start applying. And it's like, no, like life is just happening right now. I think my new strategy for this TED Talk is number one, grace with myself and that it's okay. I don't have to report something on this podcast that, hey, here's this huge fucking win. It's like, okay, well, I'm still trucking along. Like it's a long haul. Like this is a long haul game here. And then also, besides grace, give myself tiny, tiny goals to finish this book. Cause right now, this book is just, like, kinda hidden in my nightstand drawer. Like, I don't see it. It's becoming this dread. So, I want to reframe from its dread of giving a TED Talk and prepping to instead, here's one tiny bite-sized chewable action, which will then lead me towards my dreams. Like, I really wanna work on this reframe. And then applying right now, not even about it because I'm going into that mindset that There is an abundance of applications. There's hundreds monthly throughout the whole year. I can apply at any time. Like, I don't want it to be this lack. So when I apply, I'll apply. But for now, I'm just going to stick to focusing on one chapter of a time. Because here's the thing about me, I know about myself. When I do get inspired, whether that's reading a simple quote or a vision board or whenever Paige gets inspired, oh my God, I am like, let's fucking go. Like, I am so motivated. And then I just go overboard, right? I have no doubt in myself that this will happen. It's more just these little things that I'm dreading. So I'm trying to like catch myself in the action before I make it a full on dread, if that makes sense. So to clear my conscience, I wanted to record this podcast, get you up to speed. I owe it to you, I owe it to myself to be transparent and authentic throughout this process. And also that grace of this season could last a while. And I was even thinking, should I just put this podcast on hiatus until actually something happens? But it's like, no, this is my tiny little accountability of checking in. Maybe it's a little bit more spread out than a usual every single Wednesday drop or something like that. But it is just kind of checking in with myself and checking in with you guys, and I really just want to ask, is there anything that you're dreading? Like anything that you're like, this isn't going as planned, so then you just forget about it? Like, I'm holding you accountable too. It's not that you want to have a TED talk, it could be anything you want to do. So I'm going to leave you all here with that thought of, is there anything in your life that you're dreading? Is there any way you can have a tiny reframe? If you have a dream goal, if the plan doesn't work, change the strategy. Never change your goal. Go for your dreams. You got this.